नाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सखगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदाम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita every day, and we have finished 23 slokas in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the opulence of the absolute. So now Krishna is giving more knowledge about himself. We are understanding how Krishna is expanded everywhere. So we need to see Krishna in everything. Yo mam pasyati sarvatra. So one who sees me in everything. That's what yo mam pasyati sarvatra. Sarvam cha mayi pasyati. One who sees everything in me. So for him I am not lost. For me he is not lost. So tasyaham na pranasyami sachame na pranasyati. So for us, in order to not lose Krishna, and also for Krishna to not lose us, so we need to see Krishna in each and every being. Everywhere we need to see Krishna. Everywhere we need to see Krishna. Everything in this world, everything is only by Krishna's mercy only. Everything is happening as Krishna says, Aham adischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta evacha. I am the beginning, middle and end. So that way we should be able to see Krishna everywhere. That is the main thing. So the only reason for our suffering is because we don't have the knowledge about Krishna. Because of that ignorance, we are struggling and suffering in this material world. So now we are getting this knowledge from this Bhagavad Gita about Krishna. That Krishna is unborn and no one knows about Krishna, but Krishna knows about everyone. So like this, all this knowledge we are getting from Bhagavad Gita. Vedagam samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu veda na kaschana. So Krishna is saying that I know the past, present and future, but no one knows me. Mam tu veda na kaschana. So that way, Krishna is the knower of everything, and Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And if we just know this, that is enough. That's it. If we just know that Krishna is the knower of everything, if we just know that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the supreme Lord, Krishna is the well-wisher for all, well-wisher of all beings. If we just know this, that's what, then we are very peaceful. Then we will be able to lead a happy life. We will be able to free ourselves from this material bondage just by knowing this. That's it. Krishna knows everything. Krishna is the knower of everything. Krishna is the ultimate supreme personality of Godhead. But if we just know that fact that Krishna is everything, then that's what we need to know. Just because we don't have that knowledge, we are struggling in this material way. Bhoktaram yajna tapasa sarvaloka maheswaram sugrudam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam santim richat. Anyone who knows that I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. I am the enjoyer of all yajnas. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. And I am the enjoyer of all austerities. So Bhoktaram yajna tapasam. So I am the enjoyer of all yajnas, sacrifices and all the austerities. Sarvaloka maheswaram. I am the supreme Lord. I am the supreme controller of all worlds, all the planets, all the universe, everywhere. Sarvaloka maheswaram. And I am the well-wisher. Sugrudam. Sarvabhutanam. I am the well-wisher of all beings, all the living entities. Anyone who knows this without any confusion, anyone who knows this, he is the knower of everything. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So he is the knower of everything. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheswaram sugrudam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam santim richat. He gets the supreme peace of mind. Nyatva mam santim richat. So that means if we know Bhagavad Gita, if we study and understand Bhagavad Gita, we are going to get peace of mind. That's it. That's why Krishna said that Jnanam labdva param santim nachirena adgacchati. If you get the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, you are going to get the supreme peace of mind. Jnanam labdva param santim nachirena adgacchati. The reason is that by knowing this Bhagavad Gita, we will know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and Krishna is the enjoyer, supreme enjoyer, and Krishna is the supreme well-wisher. So that we will know. Because of that, we will get peace of mind, supreme peace of mind. That's what we need. We need only peace of mind, nothing else. If we have peace of mind, then we are very happy. If you don't have peace of mind, that means we are very sad. That's the only difference. Whether our mind is peaceful or our mind is disturbed. So, Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to make sure our mind will be very, very peaceful. Because when our mind is no longer attached to the material sense objects, then our mind will not be disturbed at all. When our mind is attached only to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, then we will be very, very peaceful. So peace of mind is the source of happiness. Asantasya kuta sukam. When there is no peace of mind, where from happiness comes? So we can lead a happy life and we can go to permanent abode, Krishna's permanent abode, and lead a very, very happy life there forever if we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Without the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we are going to be here in this material world forever. That is the only difference. Knowing Bhagavad Gita knowledge, not knowing Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Knowing Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to free us from this material bondage. Not knowing Bhagavad Gita is actually going to bind us to this material world. So by Krishna's mercy, we have got the opportunity to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. To understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is the Maheswara. He is the Parameswara. He is the Yogeswara. So that's what we are able to get this knowledge from Bhagavad Gita. That's why Lord Brahma is chanting Isvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Govinda is the cause of all causes, who has no beginning for himself, but he is the beginning of everyone. He is the beginning of everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. And we need to free ourselves from this material veil, means we need to free ourselves from all attachments to this material veil. So that means we need to get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge as soon as possible. And then just focus our mind only on Krishna, nothing else. If we just stick to Krishna, if our thoughts are only filled with Krishna, so then there is no room for our mind to worry about anything, to get disturbed about anything. If our thoughts are filled with only Krishna. So Machitta, Krishna is using the word Machitta. Machitta Sarva Durganam, Machitta Madgata Prana, Manasamyamya Machitto. So like that Krishna is using the word Machitta many times in Bhagavad Gita. So that means by thinking about me. So we need to think only about Krishna. Otherwise, in this material world, everything which is what we see with our eyes, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, what we sense, what we hear, everything is just produced by this matter, by various atomic arrangements. That's it. It's only by the atomic arrangements, molecular arrangements. That's what we see. That's it. So it's all atoms otherwise. Otherwise, if you get into atomic level, if you get into only electrons, protons, they're all same. Only the number of atoms, actually in different elements. For example, in gold, it is different. That's it. Number of protons. I mean, number of protons, its atomic number is different. But gold is gold. So it's just only electrons, protons, neutrons. Similarly, pebbles and stones, they are also made up of atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons, only different metallic arrangements, different bondings, that's it. So that's why Krishna is saying that Samalostrasma Kanchana. A person who has now got the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he will see equally. Sama means equally, Lostrasma Kanchana, pebbles and stones, and Kanchana. Kanchana means gold. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will see everything as matter. In this material world, everything is made up of matter. But the spirit, the Atma, the soul is not made up of matter. So we are that soul, we are that Atma. So we are not made up of matter. We need to understand this fact, realize this fact from Bhagavad Gita. So when we are not matter, but due to Maya, due to false ego, due to Ahankara, due to our attachment to the material sense objects, we are just falsely thinking that we are this body. That is the biggest mistake we are doing every day in each and every action, and we are binding ourselves to this material veil more and more. Because of that, we are struggling in this material veil. So now we have got Bhagavad Gita knowledge to free ourselves from this bondage, to cut all the knots, to cut all the bondage, to break everything. So to let us free. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is available to us. So we have got this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So if we use this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, if we study, understand this Bhagavad Gita knowledge fully and practice this knowledge, so then over a period of time, so we will be able to, by Krishna's mercy, we need to make that practice. Prayatna. That's what we need to put endeavors. Prayatna tyatamanastu yogi samruddha kilbisaga aneka janma samsiddhaga tato yati param gati. So we need to attain that perfection. That means we need to practice. We need to get ourselves attached to only Krishna. We should not be attached to material sense objects. That is the main thing. So that is going to happen only with the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. And of course, we'll be able to see Krishna in our life. We'll be able to see Krishna in each and every activity. We'll be able to see Krishna is doing those activities. So we are not alone. We are not alone at any point of time. We cannot even think that I am alone. That is totally wrong. If anyone thinks that I am alone, no. We are with Krishna. Krishna is there with us. The super soul Krishna as Paramatma is there with us. We are not alone. Krishna is there with us. And Krishna is there in everyone's body also. So no one is alone in this world. Krishna is always with everyone in this world. So that way, if we just realize that fact and do everything for Krishna, then by the mercy of Krishna, we will be able to free ourselves from this material bondage. So for that, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very, very important. That's going to happen only with Bhagavad Gita knowledge. No other way. Simply, there is no other way we can fall in love with Krishna. Because this knowledge is directly coming from Krishna. He himself came to this world and gave this knowledge directly to us. Sakshat Kadayataga Swayam. Yogam Yogeswarat Krishnat Sakshat Kadayataga Swayam. So Krishna, who is the master of all mystics, Yogam Yogeswarat Krishnat Sakshat Kadayataga Swayam. So he himself spoke this knowledge, gave this knowledge. He sang, he was singing this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that is this Bhagavad Gita. Once we get this knowledge, fully understand all these slokas, then if we become pure devotee of Krishna, we can purify ourselves, purify our soul, and just being a devotee of Krishna, we will go to Krishna, there is no doubt about it. All the devotees of Krishna in this world are eligible for liberation and they will go to Krishna's way. Because Krishna is going to deliver us from this material ocean. Mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha mayavesita chetasam. So anyone who fixes their mind upon me, who focuses their mind upon me, then I shall quickly deliver them from the material ocean. That's what Krishna is saying there. Mrityu samsara sagarat. Otherwise we will come back to this Mrityu samsara sagara. Aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara sagaram. So, being a devotee of Krishna, if you are a devotee of Krishna, Krishna is saying that I will deliver you from this material ocean of material miseries. But if you are not a devotee of mine, if you don't believe in me, so then you can't come to me. Aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara sagaram. So, we need to deliver ourselves from this ocean of material miseries, from the pangs of material miseries. So that's why Krishna even said in the first sloka in the 9th chapter, Idam Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Idam Tute Guhyautamam, Idam Tute Guhyatamam Pravakshyami Anasuyave Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam Yajnatva Mokshashe Subat Yajnatva Mokshashe Asubat. So I am giving you this most confidential knowledge today. Idam tute, guhyattamam pravakshami. I'm explaining to you because you are not envious of me. I'm giving you both complete theoretical and practical knowledge by knowing which you will be freed from all the miseries of material existence. So just this knowledge is going to deliver us, free us from this material world. So all our problems, Krishna is going to solve. We need to give our problems to Krishna. Let him solve our problems. We don't have to struggle hard. We just have to remember Krishna, think about Krishna, worship Krishna, and simply serve Krishna. Please Krishna. Satisfy Krishna. That's it we need to do. That's the only job we need to do. Our job is only to know more about Krishna, study Bhagavad Gita, understand about Krishna, fall in love with Krishna, and remember Krishna, and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and do all those things. Then all our other jobs, Krishna will do. Krishna will take care of it. Like Krishna was driving Arjuna's chariot, so like that Krishna will come and do all those things. Sometimes people say that, oh, you are doing all these times, God, Krishna, then is he going to do all of these things like that? People may ask question, but that is very much true that Krishna is going to do all of those things. There is no doubt about it. That's what Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita. You just think of me, always think of me, do everything for me, remember me, do everything for me, I shall take care of you. That's what Krishna is saying there. So we simply have to just depend on Krishna. That's it. If we just depend on Krishna, then by Krishna's mercy, we will go to Krishna's world. There is no doubt about it. So that way, by Krishna's costless mercy, we are getting this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is going to help us to free ourselves from this material world, and by just delivering this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, by sharing this Bhagavad Gita knowledge with everyone and making as many devotees as possible, so that way we will make sure that we are always in constant contact with Krishna. So that way we will be able to remember Krishna all the time. So that way our Krishna consciousness will grow every day more and more. So that way at the time of death we can actually remember Krishna and go to Krishna. So this job only we need to do. Just studying Bhagavad Gita, spreading Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, glorifying Krishna, chanting Krishna's glories, kirtans. Enjoy. This is the real enjoyment. So this is the real happiness. The real enjoyment, happiness comes when we glorify Krishna, not from anywhere else. In this material world, we cannot please anyone that easily. Even if you please someone today, then tomorrow that person won't be pleased. You need to do something else to please them. Because here, everybody's expectations, everybody's greediness, everybody's desires, they are always changing, increasing every day. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna, once you please him, he is pleased. So that means once we go to Krishna, once we start believing in Krishna and start serving Krishna, then Krishna is not going to leave us. Then Krishna will make sure that we are constantly engaged in his service. That also Krishna will make sure. Krishna will make sure that we are with him all the time. Of course, he is with us all the time, and Krishna will make sure we realize that fact that Krishna is with us all the time. We just have to take our first step. The first step is that believing in this Bhagavad Gita, believing in Krishna, and start studying Bhagavad Gita. So that is the first step we need to take. So once we take this step, then the rest will be taken care of by Krishna very well. We will make continuous progress, constant progress. There is no doubt about it. And we are all going to go to Krishna's world also. There is no doubt about it. And we get so much happiness when we talk about this Bhagavad Gita, talk about Krishna. It brings us so much happiness in our life. So much peace of mind in our life. Because at this point of time, we are not remembering anything about this material world. We are not remembering anything about this matter actually. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is a very, very important science which connects ourselves with Krishna, because this knowledge has directly come from Krishna, and this everything without even changing a single letter, we are studying this Bhagavad Gita. Nobody can change this Bhagavad Gita at all, because this is the Avyayam. It is everlasting knowledge. This Bhagavad Gita is the time-tested knowledge. So many different religions can come, so many different faiths and philosophers, and anybody can come and they can do anything. But this Bhagavad Gita cannot be changed at all, because this Bhagavad Gita is the science. Like nobody can go and change the law of gravitation. So because there is the science. So like that, nobody can change Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is the science. So Bhagavad Gita is the science about our soul, about our Atma, the science of the soul, the law of conservation of soul. Soul can neither be created nor be destroyed. Like energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. We know that, we believe it, we understand it, and we follow it. We apply it. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. We know that. When mass can neither be created nor be destroyed, then energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. How difficult it is for us to understand that soul can neither be created nor be destroyed. Has anyone seen energy? No one has seen energy. We say energy, electrical energy is there, but we see only in the form of light, heat, like that. So mechanical energy is there. We can see only in the form of moving objects and other things. But did we see the energy? No, we have not seen the energy. So similarly, the soul is there. We have not seen the soul. But We can see the effect of soul. I am myself talking, you are hearing, you are listening. That is because the soul is there in our body. If the soul is not in our body, the body itself alone, it won't work. It can't think, it can't desire. The body cannot desire that I want this, I want that. The body cannot ask, but the soul only desires. So that way, the soul can neither be created nor be destroyed. That is the law of conservation of soul. And energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form into another. So similarly, the soul can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transmigrated from one body to another. One body to another body, it can be transmigrated. So, jatasya ki dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mrityasya. When a person is born, is due to die. Similarly, when a person dies, is due to born again. So this is what is the fact we need to understand. So we are going to die for sure. And after that, we are going to take birth again for sure. There is no doubt about it. But we should make sure that we should take birth in Krishna's well, Goloka, so that this law of birth and death in this material well does not apply in Krishna's well. There, once if we take birth in Krishna's well, then we are not going to die at all. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge gives us so much understanding, knowledge about ourself, about the Atma, and what we are supposed to do in our life. And everything is very, very clear. And Arjuna is asking excellent questions. So that Krishna can answer all such questions, we can understand everything about ourselves from Bhagavad Gita. Because Arjuna is asking so many questions. And now in the 10th chapter, Arjuna is asking Krishna to tell more about himself. Katham vidyam aham yogim stvam sada parichintayan kesu kesu cha bhavesu chintyosi bhagavanmayam. So how can I always think about you? In what various forms I can remember you? And your opulence I want to know in detail. Please tell me them in detail. Vistarenatmana yogam vibhudim cha janardana. So please tell me your opulences in detail. Bhuyaga kadaya triptrihi sunvato nasti me yamitam. To hear it again and again to my satisfaction, I don't find anything else as nectar other than just hearing about you. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. Krishna also told Arjuna that I will tell you, yes, I will tell you, Arjuna, I will tell you the most prominent opulence because there is no limit for my opulence. That's what Krishna told. Hantate pravakshami divyaya atma vibhudayagam pradanyataka kurusrestu nastyamto vistarasya me. Nastyamto vistarasya me means there is no end to my divine manifestation. So, to my unlimited manifestations. That's what Krishna did. So then Krishna started telling about himself. We started studying that slokas. So we started studying from the sloka number 20 onwards. So Ahamatma Guda Kesha Sarva Bhuta Sayastitaga Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutana Manta Evacha. That's what Krishna said. I am the Atma, I am the super soul situated in everyone's heart. I am the beginning, middle, and end. So like that, Krishna is saying everything. I am Vishnu, Adityanam, Aham Vishnu. Then I am the sun, I am the moon. So Nakshatranam, Aham Sasi, Adityanam, Aham Vishnu, Jyotisam, Raviram Suman. So everything Krishna is saying. And in the sloka, what we studied yesterday, Rudranam Sankaraschasmi Vitteso Yaksharakshasham. So Krishna said that of all the Rudras, I am the Sankara. So 11 Rudras, I am the Sankara. So Shiva. So Krishna is saying that I am Lord Shiva. So now Krishna is saying that in this sloka, what we are studying in this sloka number 24. Purodasam cha mukyam mam viddhipartha brihaspati Senani namaham skandaka Sarasamasmi sagaraga Prodasam cha mukyam mam Viddhipartha Brihaspati. Of all priests, I am the Mukyam. Mukyam means the chief. So the chief Mukyamandri, we know that Mukyamandri. So like that here I am the Mukyam. I am the chief. Mukyam Mam Vidhi Partha Brigaspatim. So you know that I am Brigaspati. So of all priests, I am Brigaspati. So that's what Krishna is saying there. Then Senani Namagam Skandaka. So Krishna is saying that of all the military generals, I am Skanda. Skanda means in Tamil that's known as Ganda Muruga. So Lord Kartikeya, basically Kartikeya. So that's what Krishna is saying that I am Kanda, I am Skanda. So Senaninam Aham Skanda. Sarasamasmi Sagaraka. Of the great reservoirs of water, of the bodies of water, I am the ocean. So Krishna is the Sagara. Of all the bodies of water, I am the ocean. So that way Krishna is everything. So Krishna is saying that I am everything. So that way we understand that we have to see everywhere in everything Krishna means if anyone has got any capacity, any capabilities, all the talents, all the skills, all the abilities, Paurusham, Krishna is saying that Paurusham, I am the Paurusham, I am the ability in man. So that way Krishna is the strength of the strong. So Balam Balavatam Chakam, Kamaraga Vivarjitam, Dharma Virito Bhutesu. Krishna is saying that I am the strength of the strong. So that way I am the taste in water. Rasogam apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasi suryayo pranavaga sarva vedesu sabdaga ke paurusam rusu. So Krishna said that Rasogam apsu kaunteya, I am the taste of water. This we already studied in the 7th chapter itself. Rasogam apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasi suryayo. So I am the light from the sun and moon. Prabhasmi sasi suryayo pranavaga sarva vedesu. So I am the syllable Om in all Vedas. Sabdaga ke paurusam risu. I am the sound in space and sound in ether, and I am the ability in man, paurusam risu. So that's what Krishna is saying here, that I am everything. Senanina maham skandaga sarasamasmi sagaraga prodasam cha mukyamam viddipartha brigaspatim. So that way Krishna is the supreme personality of God and Krishna is everything. We just need to have this knowledge. That's what is very important for us. Once we have this knowledge and we do everything for Krishna, our life is going to be very, very beautiful. So by Krishna's costless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 24 today in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. And I'll stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.